Saskia from rawfreedom.co.uk and I'm going to be demonstrating raw chocolate spread today. Super easy, super quick and a brilliant alternative to things like Nutella, which are full of refined sugar and other nasties. So we're starting off with coconut oil. We've melted this already, so it's been sitting in a bowl of hot water for a while to melt. And we're going to put half a cup of melted coconut oil into our pan. And coconut oil in the UK where I am, because it's quite cold here, it actually sets hard, but in places like India and other warm countries, because of the ambient temperature there, it actually just is oil. So you'll read that it says coconut oil, but it doesn't look like oil, but actually you don't need to warm it very much and it turns into oil. So this is extra virgin coconut oil as well, so you want to make sure that you get the cold pressed kind. So into that we're going to be putting 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I like to get the organic Nielsen and Macy kind because it's the best that I've tasted. It tastes really, really good. And we're going to put in a pinch of mineral salt. Mineral salt, this is pink Himalayan salt, which is mineral salt. And it's really important to put a pinch of salt in with anything when you're making raw chocolates, because it really brings out the roundness of the flavour of the chocolate. If you leave it out, it's sort of quite one-dimensional, the flavouring. So make sure you put your salt in. And then into that we're going to add 6 tablespoons of raw cacao powder. A little bit more in, so it wasn't quite a full tablespoon. There we go. And 6 tablespoons of raw agave syrup. Again, make sure, if you haven't heard me say it before, make sure you get the raw kind, because the cooked kind that you find in supermarkets is really not very good for you. Okay, so that's 6 tablespoons. I get my raw agave syrup from Detox Your World. It's the Superfoodie brand and it's really, really good. I find that this doesn't give me sugar spikes, which is why I like it so much. You know, it doesn't kind of make me all hyper and then drop me the other side. I just get quite a nice level. I just don't notice the sugar high at all from it. So we've got all our ingredients in here. That is that simple. And then you just mix it together. And you can either use a hand blender or you can just use a spoon actually. Quite often I'll just use a spoon, or I'm trying out using a whisk today. I've never used a whisk before and I'm going to see what that's like. Seems to be working well. So just give it a really good whisk until it's all really well combined. You haven't got any lumps left. Fantastic, and there you go. And you know, this really should come with a couple of danger signs or warning signs. First of all, it's absolutely delicious and you'll just want to keep eating it. Secondly, it's important to know that anything that's made with raw cacao is really quite stimulating, so you don't want to have it too late at night. I mean, I tend to not have raw chocolate beyond 6 o'clock in the evening. And I also don't have raw chocolate every day, because you'll find that if you have raw chocolate every day you will end up feeling really quite tired, because it's a bit like, it does contain caffeine and so it does make you, it can make you quite hyper, but then you'll have a drop the other side. So make sure that this is, you know, very much a treat. And I love this on rice cakes. When I need a real treat, I have this on rice cakes and that completely hits the spot. So here we've got a jar. Really it's best to sterilise your jar. If you sterilise your jar you can keep this for up to 3 months in your cupboard and it will be absolutely fine. So in it goes. And as it cools down, as the coconut oil cools down, this will actually set so that it becomes more like a spread. At the moment you'll see it looks like a sauce, but once it's actually set, it then becomes like a spread. So there you have your chocolate spread, and pop your lid on and put it in the cupboard or the fridge and it's ready to go. And I'd love to hear how you get on with this, what you think of the taste, how easy you find it to make. How did you make it? Did you use a whisk, a hand blender, a big jug blender? You know, have an experiment and see what works best for you.